am getting so many messages from you girlies asking some very important questions about a very specific and, in my opinion, quite iconic female activewear brand. That's right, we are talking about Miss Oner Active, and as someone who has been exclusively wearing this brand for the last 4 years, I wanted to share my top recommendations, my favorite picks, and like some sizing information with you girlies so that you can also look and feel like an absolute baddie. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, we're starting off incredibly strong with Effortless. Effortless, I think, was one of the first capsules that Oner Active came out with. Not the first, but definitely was like up there with like the OGs, and it stood the test of time, and that is for good reason. This is by far my favorite capsule at Oner Active and will forever be. As a gym girly, I love the compressiveness of these shorts and of these leggings and just of the fabric overall. So it is a very compressive fabric that is meant to really like withstand everything that your body is doing, whether that's at the gym or doing like a high intensity workout. And like I said, they're very compressive. Because of this waistband here, you can see it's a 2-tiered waistband. So there's actually, like, you can almost see in the fabric, there is like a separation here. These are the high-waisted ones. I believe they do come now in like a mid-rise length, but I am forever gonna be a high-waisted girly. They do come quite high on you, definitely above your belly button. Some of the girls, I've seen them fold over the waistband so that they actually kind of create that almost mid-rise vibe, but I don't do that because I do find that it cuts into me a little bit when I do fold it over, so I just wear it as I normally would. But the best part about this compressive waistband is that it is not too compressive. I have tried other activewear brands where you are absolutely like a squished little sardine in a can wearing a compressive short, but I find with Oner Active, this is like the most comfortable compressive waistband I have ever been able to find. Effortless does also have that iconic like butt lifting design that goes kind of around the side of your hips to almost like shape your glutes, and it gives you this beautiful little like round peachy kind of like booty, but like an hourglass figure at the same time because it snatches your waist in. So it starts kind of at the top of the waistband and then curves all the way around to like your lower glutes. And then it also does have the butt scrunch in it. So if you are wearing these at the gym or just anywhere, it does have that butt scrunch, which makes your glutes look absolutely chef's kiss, even if you don't have a glute pump. The Effortless fabric is a knitted fabric, so with the lighter colors, it's not going to be 100% squat proof. I do have some Effortless shorts that are light pink or like light yellow, and I definitely steer clear from wearing those on like a lower body day, but I do find that the darker colors, even like this blue and like the gray or the dark brown or the black, are definitely more squat proof or like more opaque because of the fabric being the way that it is. So just something to be mindful of. And I would also recommend sizing up in Effortless just due to the compressive nature of these shorts and of these leggings. I do find them to be quite tight around your waist, so depending on how you feel and just like what you actually want out of the short, I don't like to feel like super constricted around my stomach, so I have sized up recently in these. I did used to get the extra small, and I've actually recently sized up into the small just to be a little bit more comfortable, and of course making sure we make room for those booty gains. But I want to show you the difference between the extra small and the small for a little bit of a size reference here. You can see the blue shorts are the extra small, and then this small is right behind it in that orange. So we do have quite an extra little bit of fabric there on the side, which makes a huge difference for me, at least when I am like feeling more compressive versus like a little less constricted in them. Now Effortless does also have a sports bra. So this is the Effortless Seamless Halter Neck Sports Bra. And I got this in the shade apricot orange here to match those little shorts, but I also do have this in a couple of different colors, and I find it quite comfortable. Again, sizing up just to make sure it's not like super constrictive on me, but it's the exact same fabric as the leggings and the shorts. It does come with bra cups, and something cool about Oner Active, which I've shared in previous videos, is that the cups are actually dyed to be the exact same color as the garment that you are wearing, so that you don't actually see the shape of the cup through the garment. But we've also got the same detailing here on the sports bra as the shorts and the leggings to kind of accentuate your curves a little bit more. This is a pretty low coverage sports bra. I definitely wouldn't wear it, to a high intensity class. Like I probably wouldn't wear this to like a spin class or something, but I do find that it is enough coverage for me at least to wear to the gym and feel like pretty confident in and not feel like my boobs are gonna completely fall out. Now, since we are talking about Effortless, I would be remiss to not talk about the newest addition to the Effortless family, which is the Effortless Flare legging. When I tell you I feel the most confident in this pair of pants than I ever have in my entire life, I am not lying to you, okay? They are lightweight but super compressive, just like the leggings and the shorts would be, but they've got this beautiful little detailing of that flared leg at the bottom. And I think the thing that I love the most about Effortless is that because it is so lightweight but also compressive, it basically feels like you're not wearing pants, but you are. Like they just sculpt and like fit to your body so perfectly and make you feel so comfortable. I could wear these all day long and definitely not get uncomfortable in them. Wear them to the gym, wear them out running errands. I definitely am a big fan and will absolutely be getting more of the flared leggings because I just feel like they are so flattering. Okay, the next most asked question I probably get from Oner Active is about their bandeaus, and I actually have two of their bandeaus. I've got the Unified Micro Bandeau, and then I've also got the Everyday bandeau. There's only two differences about these guys. The difference is the back of the Unified Micro Bandeau is a lot smaller than the Everyday. The Everyday has a bit of a wider back on it, as you can see. It's a little bit more of like the same shape the entire way across the bandeau, versus the Unified one is definitely bigger in the front and then has this little tiny detailing small baby back, which is very flattering. I think if I was to pick between the two personally, I would definitely pick the micro bandeau just because I do think that the back looks a little bit more flattering than this one. However, that's pretty much the only difference, aside from the fact that the Unified Micro Bandeau does not have a strap attachment compared to the Everyday Bandeau. So you can actually attach straps to this guy to make it like a strappy bandeau with like the crosses if you want, kind of mix and match a little bit, make this like 5 different sports bras if you really wanted to, compared to this one is just the bandeau, does not come with straps. However, both of these guys stay the heck up. Let me tell you, okay, I have done pretty much any workout in this bandeau and it has not gone anywhere. Both of these bandeaus do have this little like silicone strap here to really make sure that it stays in place when you are working out, and it's not going anywhere, let me tell you. I did get an extra small in this Unified one because that's what I had in the Everyday, but I do find that the sizing is a little bit different in the two, and not because they like are completely different. Like you can see these are them like right next up to each other. They're pretty much the exact same size. Like the Unified is a little bit smaller, but really not by much. And I think that this is just like stretched out a bit because I've had it for a really long time. But I definitely would size up next time in this Unified bandeau just because it is tight, but I feel like I do have a little bit of room to breathe, and it does really like compress me because of the fabric being the way that it is. Because Unified is like a technical fabric. It's moisture wicking, which means that it's like really good for workouts and to like make sure that if you're sweating, it really absorbs it very well. It is also compressive, so it is a little bit tighter, which is designed to like help boost your performance and again, make you feel just like locked in, sucked in, really good. And the Unified capsule does come in like shorts, it comes in leggings, it comes in jackets. Like there's lots to pick from when it comes to Unified. There's also like bodysuits, so many good things to pick from. If you are a gym girly or you like to work out like more high intensity workouts, I think that Unified is a perfect fabric for that. I do have the crossover flare leggings from the Unified collection, which I really love. I would recommend sizing up in the Unified as well, just because personally, I like to be comfortable in my pants and I don't like them to be like super constrictive and like really digging into me at the waistband. But the Unified is very beautiful because we do have this lovely little crossover on leggings, shorts, as well as these flares too, which is really nice because it does give you the illusion of like a slimmer waist, which is beautiful because it does cross down in the middle, kind of coming up from the hips down to like just below your belly, just about to your belly button, but then still has that like straight across seam at the front. The back is really, really beautiful as well. It does have no butt scrunch on any of the leggings or shorts or flares, but it does have this lovely little like almost like arching detail here to still give your glutes that lovely little like lift, because when I wear these, I still feel like my glutes look really, really good, even though there isn't a butt scrunch or like that side detailing that we talked about during the Effortless. But the Unified is a cut and sew method, so it does have the seams down the side versus like Effortless is seamless. There is no front seam. Don't worry, you're never gonna get that with Oner Active because we're ahead of the times, and like this is a female founded company. This fabric overall is very, very stretchy, and then there is also an internal mesh waistband which gives you extra support on the actual fit of the legging or the short or the flared pant. I would compare the Unified fabric to like a very true athletic fabric that you can wear pretty much in any single workout and be comfortable in, but also wear it just on like a day-to-day basis. I wear these all the time, just like out running errands, because I feel like they're super flattering and super, super comfortable. Okay, one of the newer fabrics and capsules that they've just come out with is the Easy Lift capsule. And I find that this is a little bit more a cross between the Soft Motion capsule and a cross between the Unified. Like it's kind of like where those two meet in the middle almost, because it is like a soft, like sweat wicking fabric that's really stretchy and really good for pretty much like any training or just like being out and about. And it's actually made from recycled yarn, which is crazy and so cool. But I've recently just tried out 2 of these sports bras. I have first this like lovely little zipper one, which is the Easy Zip high neck sports bra with the gray logo on the back there and of course the front. But I love wearing this because it does have like just literally the side seam and that's it, and it's so comfortable. I would recommend just staying true to size in this fabric because it is pretty stretchy and just soft, not super, super compressive. So I actually get an extra small in this fabric, but I love this because you've got the cute little zipper detailing on the front, and then the back is this lovely little like racer back, which is just really, really flattering overall. And I really like it. I wear this to the gym all the time. I've also worn this to spin and Pilates and yoga. So it's like a perfect thing for pretty much everything. This might be like my new addiction. This is the Easy Lift Ultra Minimal Bralette. Wow. Am I ever obsessed with this thing? First of all, the back is just to die for. It's like the most feminine, delicate little back of a sports bra you ever seen. The front is pretty low coverage. Again, if you do have a bigger chest, this might not be the sports bra for you, but it definitely works for me because I do have a smaller chest. But there is an invisible underband in this, which gives it just like that kind of seamless look and doesn't, again, dig into you at all. It's got a beautiful little 4-way stretch as well as does have that sweat wicking technique. And these straps are the most comfortable thing. I never ever feel them tugging or pulling at me, or like when I take off this sports bra, I don't have like the little lines like on my shoulder from where it's been kind of like pulling at me all day, because I just wish you could feel how stretchy and soft this fabric is. I'm simply obsessed with this. Right, now moving on to the capsule that broke the internet, I am going to be talking about Soft Motion. And yes, these are the viral straight leg pants that you couldn't get your hands on for the longest time because they were selling out like hotcakes. So first, talking about the actual fabric of Soft Motion, it is the softest and most buttery feeling fabric I've ever put on my body. And what I have found specifically about the Soft Motion is if you've ever tried another very buttery soft fabric from any other activewear brand, you'll notice that when you wash it or when you wear it quite frequently, it starts to almost pill and get like, I don't know, the fabric kind of starts to change and shift a little bit. That does not happen with Soft Motion. Girl, I have had this pair of shorts since Soft Motion came out, and they look exactly the same as when I first got them. There is no pilling, there is like nothing has changed about like the structure of the short, and just the look and the feel of it is still the exact same as when I opened up my original package, which I feel like is so hard to beat. Like seriously, who does that? I've washed this like so many times. I've even been bad and I've put these in the dryer. I don't even hang them to dry and they still look like this. Like, what? You're joking. Okay, we've got a couple of things to talk about with soft motion, and I want to start with the most popular, which is the straight leg pant. So, like I said, this fabric is made from like an elevated brushed fabric for basically like all day comfort. I have worn these to the gym. I have worn them lounging around the house. I have worn them on a plane. I have worn them just like shopping, literally anywhere. These pants are made for whatever you want to do. They do have a straight across kind of waistband and are meant, I think, to sit a little bit more like mid-rise. So they're not super high rise on me. They do fall kind of like just right where my belly button is. And the back does have, again, that like glute detailing, the glute separation to still make your glutes look absolutely insane. I'm telling you, if you wear these pants anywhere, prepare to be just hollered at, okay, from everyone. I also really love about soft motion is like the embroider detail. So everything is embroidered with that Oner logo, which I think is just so cute and dainty and just like very minimalistic, which I really love, especially for almost like an everyday kind of wear. I did get a size small in the soft motion bottoms because number one, the extra small was sold out, to be completely honest. And I just wanted them so bad that I just did the small. And I'll be honest with you, the next time I order them, I probably will get an extra small just because these do fit and they feel very, very comfortable and I love them. But I do feel like I kind of want to be a little bit more just compressed just slightly because of how stretchy the fabric is. I do feel like you can stay true to size with the soft motion and feel really, really comfortable because I do have other pieces of soft motion that I've had in an extra small. Like the shorts that I was showing you earlier, these are an extra small. And again, very similar detailing to those pants. We've got the lovely little detail of that embroider logo on the back as well as that glute detailing. And then same thing with the jackets, which I get a lot of questions about my jackets all the time. I will always be wearing the soft motion jacket. So I have this in a couple of different colors, which are just the most sculpting, like hourglass figure creating jackets ever. Not restricting at all. Very, very just like a little hug from your BFF, to be honest, with these jackets specifically. And as I'm just looking at the website, it does say that there is a princess seam on this, which fits very well. That creates that kind of flattering shape on the front as well as the back too. So you can see here this like lovely little seam that is the detail there with that princess cut or princess seam that makes it, again, giving you that kind of like hourglass snatched look with these jackets. And the last thing from the soft motion collection that is like a staple of mine that I'm obsessed with is this tank top. This is the strappy mid vest with built-in bra. And I have this in several colors because I am simply obsessed with it. It does come down to like a mid-length. There is a mid-length and a full length on the website. So depending on how long you actually like your tank tops, you can kind of pick and choose which one will work for you. But I like the mid-length just because it comes to kind of like right where my belly button is. So if I'm wearing like a high-waisted pant, it kind of comes right to that like top of the pant. If I'm wearing even like a low-rise sweatpant or a low-rise jean or something like that, I feel like that looks super cute with that kind of gap in between. But there's a couple of things that I really, really love about this tank top, and they are, number one, that there is a built-in bra, so like a little built-in bra shelf for you, again with those same dyed cups to match the actual garment that are removable. All of the cups in any of the Oner Active sports bras or tops are removable. It has the most like delicate straps, which again, just like that airlift bra I showed you earlier, do not like dig in or cut to your side of your like shoulders where you take it off and you're super uncomfortable. You kind of are pulling at it every single second to like readjust. That does not happen. I've worn this tank top for like 12 hours straight and not even realize that I had it on because it's so lightweight. And the last thing that I like is that the back actually comes down a little bit lower than the front, so you almost have this little like scoop detailing on the back there, which is just really flattering to like show off, you know, a little bit more of your back compared to the front. But I do find that this front, the way that the neckline is on this tank top is just very like feminine and delicate and very cute. I love these tank tops so much. It's such a good like base layer, and I've also worn these to the gym, so very comfortable overall. And then the final thing that I don't want you to sleep on when it comes to Oner Active is the loungewear. The loungewear that they have is actually elite. You can see I'm currently wearing the Foundations oversized Oner girlfriend sweatshirt, which is probably my favorite sweatshirt ever, like ever. I believe I'm wearing this in a small because it is meant to be like oversized, so they do run quite large. So as you can see on me, it does fit quite large, which is like the look I was going for. So I do have a small in this. I've sized up before in other loungewear that they have. I did size up in the Foundations zip through hoodie as well as the Foundations like straight leg joggers because I was going for a more like baggy look. And I did find that previously when I had ordered any of the loungewear, and this was like 2 years ago by the way, I feel like they've fixed this. Anytime that I washed any of the loungewear that I had, sweatpants, sweaters, etc., it would shrink, and I wasn't putting it in the dryer. It would shrink when I even just put it in the wash, and then I would hang it to dry. I found that it would just fit differently and shrink a little bit, so I was kind of hesitant when I ordered my very first set of loungewear after that to just get it a little bit large in case it did shrink. However, I have washed my now larger running, you know, loungewear, and it doesn't shift at all. I always hang it to dry just to make sure, but even in the wash, they are not shrinking. So whatever you fixed with that Oner, good job, because my loungewear fits the exact same it did when I first got the packages, no matter how many times I've like washed and hung to dry them. So you can probably actually get true to size now versus before I would have told you to size up just for that simple fact. I also recently got these sweatpants, which I have been living in. These are the Foundations oversized Oner girlfriend joggers, and they do have a cuff at the bottom, which I really love. I also do have the Foundations joggers, Foundations straight leg pants, which I really like as well. I think it's good to switch it up every now and then and just get some sweats that are, you know, joggers, some that are not. But the inside of all of their loungewear is just so soft. Another thing that I really like about all their loungewear is that no matter what pocket you have, you're always gonna have an inside pocket that's got a zip that you can put more like valuable items in. So I always found that it's like the worst when you're wearing sweatpants or you're wearing a sweater and you lean over and your phone is in the pocket and it like falls out. That pisses me off so much. So I'm so happy that they've thought of that little extra detail. I always put my phone in there and zip up the pocket so that if I lean over or I bend over to pick something up, my phone's not going anywhere. There is always a drawstring as well in all of their joggers, so you can adjust the size of it. I did get a small in these. They are quite big around my waist, but I like the fit of them because they are sweatpants. So I wanted them to be nice and baggy. And then they've got this beautiful little like embroidered detail here, which is just so beautiful. Same as the sweater. This is all embroidered, like such high quality, absolutely insane. Now, one of the things that I was always a little bit hesitant about when it came to ordering from Oner Active was the duty and tax that you had to pay to get the package into Canada. Because Oner Active is from the UK, there was a point in time where you did have to pay duty and tax to actually ship a package to Canada. And the reason it always put me off was because sometimes the duty and tax would be just as much or almost as much as the actual items I was ordering. So for example, I think one time I had an order that was about 150 Canadian dollars and I had to pay 110 Canadian dollars for duty and tax to actually get the package into Canada. So that was always a little bit of a hesitation for me, and I know that so many girlies ask me about that now. The best thing that I can tell you is that that is no longer a thing, okay? So whether that helps your ordering or maybe makes it worse for you, because it's definitely helped me order way more, is that you do not have to pay the duty and tax anymore. Now, they did increase the prices just a little bit to account for the duty and tax and the tariffs that you would naturally have to pay as a consumer. So the prices do reflect that on the website. So whatever you pay is what you pay. Like whatever you pay when you check out is what you pay. You do not have to pay anything else to actually get your package into the country that you're in. So hopefully that helps you actually make a decision to order. Like I said, it definitely put me off of ordering as much back in the day. I still did it because I really wanted it. But now that you don't have to pay it, it's really nice, because what you pay at checkout is what you pay. All right, girlies, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed my personal recommendations, sizing tips, like personal favorite picks from Oner Active. Just for reference, I am 5'4" and about 125 pounds right now. So if that helps your decision-making process when it comes to sizing, like do with that information obviously what you will. But I do want to say that you will never regret ordering anything from this company. I guarantee you your mind will be blown when you see the fabric and the feel and the fit of everything. It truly has shaped the way that I show up on a regular basis at the gym, in my day-to-day life. I think it's very important to feel good in order to like look good and to perform good and to just feel confident in your body. And this company has played, like I said, a big part in my confidence journey, my fitness journey, and just like my business owner journey. I will forever and always like tell my clients to order from Oner Active if they want to look and feel like a baddie. I will always tell my community on Instagram to, try out a product or try something that's going to make them feel really good, because there is truly like a fit and a style and a size and a shape and a color for every single body type on this website and on this brand. So I guarantee you will find something that you absolutely fall in love with. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your questions and like comments below if you need anything else. Your girl loves to yap about this stuff and about this brand specifically, so I'm always available to answer any questions that you guys have of my own personal, experience with everything. So yeah, and if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. Love ya. Bye.